Lehigh's president, Alice Gast. Thank you for taking the time to talk with us. We'd like to get some of her thoughts on the partnership between the University of Nottingham and Lehigh University, and then international experiences for graduate students in general. So, President Gast, I know you attended the Lord Deering Memorial Conference in mid-February in Nottingham, England. I wonder if you could explain some of the learning that came out of that conference.
Sure. It was a wonderful conference. They did a great job pulling together a really great group of speakers, and for me it really emphasized the changing nature of higher education and how it's truly a global enterprise now. We can't think of higher education in isolation at all anymore. There's so many common issues and themes. We can learn a lot from one another in ways we deal with providing the best education we can to students in this era and the decades moving forward. But it was a fascinating chance to talk to some wonderful people.
That's great. I believe you had a meeting with Vice Chancellor Greenaway. Could you share what you two talked about?
I did. I had a wonderful time visiting Nottingham, and Vice Chancellor Greenaway showed me around the campus, which is quite impressive. What we talked about was our shared interests, and I do think that the University of Nottingham and Lehigh have a lot of common interests. I was hearing him talk about their interests in global challenges and their interests in internationalization. If you look at our strategic plan, it's very much aligned with what we're aiming for. And as we focus and frame our work in teaching and research on applying the fundamentals and the theory and the basic research we do, the basic teaching to bigger, large-scale problems in environment and energy and health areas, we do find that they're all global problems. And so there are many ways of looking at them. And it's nice to have another university like that to collaborate with, because we bring different perspectives since we're in very different environments.
So you see this relationship progressing to where really a strategic partnership with the University of Nottingham in tackling some of these big global issues?
I think we have so many common interests in both our research and teaching. It'll be interesting to see what kind of faculty ties develop between the two universities. And that's the key, is faculty collaborations. As well as student exchanges. I think our compatible programs, our compatible strengths make it possible for students such as you to have great experiences visiting a place like that, and for us to host students from Nottingham here.
Excellent. So I guess how would you like to see the Nottingham program develop in the future? And in more generally, what do you expect graduate business students to get out of an international experience such as this?
Well, I do think that the international experience goes both ways. Going there, you are able to look at the world from a different perspective. You read different newspapers, you talk to people who've grown up in different places. You think of the problems that from outside a U.S. focus, U.S.-centric focus. And those types of experiences just can't be replicated in the classroom. But in addition, hosting visitors, you also have the opportunity to start seeing your own region and your own nation and your own community from their eyes, and you see how they react to the different ways that we look at the world. And I think that international collaboration helps advance the technical knowledge as well, because you're looking at complex problems from different backgrounds and different diversity of perspectives.
I know they had a great time over here, and a lot of us had some eye-opening experiences, especially since our fellowship focused on corporate social responsibility, which is sort of a hot-button issue right now. And I know England is taking some more proactive steps than the U.S. is in advancing that in the business community. So I was wondering, like I said, the focus of our fellowship was corporate social responsibility and sustainable approaches to business that consider the social, environmental, and ethical dimensions. And many top schools are sort of leading the charge in developing more progressive education around these issues. I was just wondering, how does this fit into Lehigh's strategic plan going forward? Is the university going to be taking a leadership role in this sort of newly emerging field of corporate social responsibility? Or
I think it does, and I think we start by looking at the higher education industry to begin with. I think the role of a university in its community in its region and in the nation and in the world is very important. And as we move our fundamental work into addressing really big, challenging problems of the day, you start to look at the need to translate what you're learning and what you're understanding into what good you can do for society. I think our students drive us in that way as well. Our students are very interested in what good is this? What can I do with it? And so when it comes to a business education, I'm sure there are many things that you can look at now that would allow you to think about ways that corporations and different industries can think about their role in society more holistically rather than separately.
Great. Okay. Thank you very much for your time. We
Thank
greatly
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you. I'm glad.